If you look back at India's history at various times, we have taken a great jump, a great leap forward through tackling a big problem in mission mode. The earliest example might have been the Green Revolution. In the last decade, we have had Aadhaar, we've had the National Solar Mission, we've had Swachh Bharat, each of which achieved significant progress in a short time. And the ingredients of success were the same 3 or 4 things. One is a big ambition and an urgency to achieve it. The second is strong, effective leadership of the mission. Number 3 is political will. And the fourth is, it wasn't just a government project or mission. It involved all of society, including private sector and civil society, in the mission. It's time for big ambition. Our Prime Minister is all about big, hairy, audacious goals, and we're suggesting this might be the time for one of those kinds of mission mode projects. And we believe we can, through the decade, achieve this ambitious target of 10 million entrepreneurs who go on to create 100 million jobs.
You ask almost everybody, what do you want? They say, I want a government job. Well, we all know, forget government jobs, there are not enough jobs to go around, with only about 10 or 11% of the workforce in salaried jobs. The big question that we try to address was what happens to the remaining 100 million people, right? How do we create not just livelihoods, but how can we create careers? How can we meet their aspirations? And where does the answer lie? And to our minds, the answer squarely, to a large extent, rested in the fact that we need to create 10, 15 million entrepreneurs locally who are able to create 5 to 10 decent jobs. And what will it take for us to unleash the power? So that's the context.
I have around close to 1,000 ITIs, where 2 lakh students per year, young students who pass out in different trades. Our effort there is to basically oversee that they are getting industry relevant skills. And for that we are doing number of things. If I have to train someone in construction, I have a tie-up with L&T that they will, come and give programs. So I'm first saturating the training institutions that are run by eminent industries in their domain, or the institutions which are run by the sector skill councils, so that I'm assured of a level of quality of training that is being given. We have a State Innovation Society where we are trying to create an ecosystem of startups and incubators. So we are connecting with the network of private incubators.
It's about providing skills to a very, very large number of people, and that's going to happen only when an equally large number of institutions, NGOs, sort of work towards this common purpose. The aim of SIDBI is really to create a micro-enterprise, and we have got a Swavalamban Connect Kendra running today in 100 districts. We're scaling that up in UP to cover all the 75 districts. And it's really about having somebody at a district level, which again, I realize is a drop in the ocean. But the fact that there is a set of people who know what are the government schemes available, which are the banks which are sitting around in the near vicinity, what is the kind of formats that they want, what is the kind of information that is needed for maybe a person who has the ability to scale up through bank finance. And we will therefore be able to handhold many more people.
Anybody can be entrepreneur. That's the most important and interesting aspect. There is no entrance exam required. There is no additional qualification required. Most integral and the most important, impactful part which we today are discussing is creating an impact in the society. And I have said this multiple times and I'll re-articulate. If you skill a person, give the job to that individual, you are changing 3 generations. That person's life is changed. He will look after his parents and he will ensure that his kids are also better served in the society. That is the most important component we are talking about on that mission, is changing 3 generations of our society.
And this is how we got communism. Communism was a response. Marxism was a response to this social problem that we had. The question I ask you, is why did US not get communism? Because in 1862, Lincoln, who had won the Civil War in the US, if you read his biographies, he says, I want to be remembered not for the fact that I dealt with slavery and brought the country together, but I want to be remembered for my 1862 Land Grants Act. This is what he said. We don't appreciate this. MIT is a land grant university. All public universities in the US are land grant universities. The societal response in the US was, we will give you federal land. आप लगाओ उसमें vocational college. आप उसमें 8 generation में train करो कि the farmers' children are not going to be farmers. And US managed to go from 80% of the jobs being farming jobs to less than 30% of the jobs being farming jobs in 50 years without any social upheaval. This is why the US never gave an opportunity for communism to take root.
This transition to renewables and Prime Minister's net zero by 2070 goal is not going to be happening because of government. It's got to be led by millions of entrepreneurs, small and large, supported by government policies which are favorable and big capital.